Hey, swing me another drinky.
I think you've had enough.
I'll tell you what I've had enough of. Fallout 2, baby. Imagine Fallout 1. Now stop doing that, because today we're talking about Fallout 2. In my video about Fallout 1, I skipped over a big amount of things. Most of this was to save time and not bore you guys. But one thing I probably shouldn't have skipped over is how you actually play the old Fallout games. Because trust me, we're not in Bethesda land yet. Alright, let's take a look back at the first game. Here's a typical spot. On the bottom left, you have a screen that shows what's going on. To the right, we have this big red button that simply changes between your two immediate inventory slots. I like to think of these as your hands. Then we have the actual inventory. Not a whole lot to say here. I mean, you just store shit in it, dude. Here is your health. Then we have the infamous action points. No, these aren't action points. This is armor class. It says AC right there! How did you miss that? And then we have your skill decks. In the newer Fallouts, it's very obvious when you can use a skill for something. In the older Fallouts, it's straight up a guessing game. To use a skill, you open the skill decks, select the skill, then click on the thing that you want. You can also hold right-click and do it through this menu. This can be a real pain in the ass, especially when something requires a skill you don't expect. So below your skill decks is your map, character info, and Pip-Boy. We ain't rocking the wrist-mounted hardware yet. In these games, it's a tablet. Now, let's talk combat. The fighting in this game is exclusively turn-based. There's no ADS, no jumping, and no crazy boundary breaks. It's all top-down, hexagonal goodness. When you're not in combat, you can run around freely for as long as you want, unless you're over-encumbered. When you start fighting, this is where it gets good. AP is everything in these games. No, I mean that literally. There is no VATS mode because every fight is in VATS. Moving, shooting, reloading, and even opening your inventory cost AP. And when you run out, it's the other guy's turn. Past that, everything else is basically just point and click. You want to talk to this dude? Click on him. You want to open this door? Click on it. Bada bing, bada boo. And once again, for those who are new to the Fallout lore, Fallout 2 is in a lot of ways very similar to the first one. I mean, they run on the same engine. And, well, look at them. From a glance, you may even think the story and difficulty are the same. You just gotta find the big bad and it's blowy-uppy time, right? No. Fallout 2 is where the training wheels come off. The main quest is a lot less straightforward, and the obstacles are, varied. Though I will say, you do really want to soak up this world. It's pretty rad. Okay, before we move on, I made an oopsie. In my first video, I said that Fallout 1 was developed by Black Isle Studios. This isn't exactly true, and I appreciate the people who called me out on it. The game was actually developed by a division of Interplay called Dragonplay. What a dope fucking name, by the way. This division would eventually establish itself as Black Isle Studios for the development of Fallout 2. Some of the faces on this team would go on to become big names in a little company called Obsidian Entertainment. Yeah, baby, that studio. So let's dive in. The game starts with, well, quite an intro. We see some vault dwellers preparing to leave their vault for the first time. There's even a little video on leaving the vault. In this, there's a section that mentions a device called the Garden of Eden Creation Kit, or GECK. This is extremely important to the story. More on that later. Then we see some dwellers opening the vault for the first time. Whoa, what the fuck? These dudes look like Alien Brotherhood or something. I wonder if they're here to... Okay. Then you get another speech by the GOAT himself, Ron Perlman. So basically, humans fucked everything up. Does it really matter why? Okay, let's make a new character. Bro, stop staring at me like that. Meatball. Alright, fuck it, we're doing this guy. I also like that name. Narg! So much like Fallout 1, you get to play around with the special stats, skills, and choose some traits. Alright, I made my guy and we're jumping in. Another cutscene.
Come in, chosen one.
Here we have an old woman known as the Elder. She tells you the village of Arroyo is dying. The crops are fucked, the Brahmin are stumbling and tumbling, and the children... Bro, what the fuck? Those are not kids. Then you get the "you're the only hope we have" speech with some seasoning. The only way to save the village is to find that Gecko. To make sure you're worthy, you must go through a test. This is done in a place called the Temple of Trials. Sounds like a cringy game show or something. Okay, and here we are, baby. I like this funky music. It's Temple of Trials time, baby. Let's get it, let's get it! So this part's much easier than you think. It's essentially just a tutorial on playing the game. Moving, fighting, opening shit, nothing too crazy. Then, once you get to the last room, you have to beat the shit out of this dude, MMA style. This part also introduces a new mechanic to the series, selecting body parts to attack in vats. So you win the fight and make it out to the village. You actually don't have to fight that guy to win the Temple of Trials. If you have a high enough intelligence, you can actually just talk your way out of it. But I ain't a fink. Dig? There are quite a few people here you can talk to. Most of them basically just say, "Good luck on your journey, fucker." Then there's this guy named Hakunen.
Greetings, chosen. Why does the earth before me warm to the touch of your passing?
He's kind of annoying. I mean, he does heal you though, so I guess there's that. Hold up. What's up here? Wait. Bro. How did... Hold up. This is the bottom of the temple, yet you walk northwards and come out in the same spot? What the fuck? Bro, Arroyo's got some cosmic fuckery going on. Once you're ready for your main quest, the Elder gives you a flask from the Holy Vault 13.
She also mentions a fella named Vic, who you should find.
Alright, there's no turning back now. Let's boogie. Fallout 2 has the same kind of blind map exploration thingy that the first one does. Although, spoiler alert, this map is much more hectic. The first game was basically move south until you hit something interesting. Here, it is not that simple. Back to the game. So this is Klamath. Or Klamath? Klamath? Anyways, so this is Klamath. A town thriving on Adderall. Oh yeah, also, the currency in this game is gold. Nope, I'm not kidding. Like, the same gold that you can buy rune scimitars at the GE with. Technically, it's not just regular gold, it's actually NCR dollars. By this point in the lore, the NCR has already civilized quite a bit of California. Bottle caps became sort of unnecessary as they had a more straightforward currency. As you've probably figured out, this is something that good old Toddy completely missed. So, Klamath ain't no San Fran or anything, but there are a few things to see. Probably the most exciting area is this crashed vertibird with a Mr. Handy just, vibing, I guess. I swear, I must have missed some opportunity here or something because I never got anything out of this area. There's gotta be some secret or something, I don't know. Anyways, back in town you meet Arden. She's upset because her fiance, a dude named Smiley, went missing. He went off on some sort of quest to find the source of these golden geckos. He thinks they came from a magical spring or something, or maybe a hidden cave? Okay, this is a dungeon quest. Thankfully, Arden marks the spot in your map, in a place called Toxic Caves. Wow, that's really inviting. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing this right now. If you ask Arden about nearby towns, she'll give you 2 new places on the map.
Vault City.
And a different dangerous place she warns you about called the Den. The Den is similar to Klamath, but a little more interesting. What the fuck? So, unfortunately, this happened to me like a couple dozen times in my playthrough. I don't know if this is a common glitch or not, but I do know that Fallout 2 is full of them. We haven't even talked about saving yet. So, saving in Fallout 2 is kind of fucked. Everyone on the internet will constantly tell you to save before and after big events. Also, word of advice, Never, ever save the game in the middle of combat. If you do this, congratulations, you're gonna have to use a different save, because that save is now fucked. Anyways, remember that Vic guy? He's actually here in the den. There's just one teeny problem. He's a slave, and Mr. Slaver over here demands a lot of money to set him free. This guy's name is Metzger. There's no mental gymnastics here. He's just like, yeah, I buy and sell slaves, and I gotta stand there and buy something because there's a standing fee. On the other side of the den are a couple things. First, we have Smitty, a car salesman and mechanic. You're probably thinking, car salesman? This is a joke, right? Yeah, it is. Until it isn't. Way later into my playthrough, one of my friends shot me a message and said, oh yeah, you can give him a part and get a car. Holy dooly. There really is a drivable fucking car in this game. Unfortunately, I didn't get it in this playthrough, but it does exactly what you'd imagine. Down in the corner of West Side, there's the Brotherhood of Steel? The big badass dudes from the first game? Well, apparently they're not doing too hot 100 years later. You could find these little outposts in several big areas of the game. The guy at this one's name is Joshua. He seems to know more than he should. Weird. Okay, fine. I think I put it off for too long. Let's go rescue Smiley from the toxic caves. As expected, it's a Gecko dungeon. But wait, there's more. Toxic goo is spread all over the floor, and this stuff does damage you. Thankfully, though, you can just walk around it. God damn it! The funny thing about the classic Fallouts is that you'll find yourself in these sticky situations where the simplest solution is usually the right one. How do you get past toxic goo? Rubber boots, baby. So you fuck up some geckos and make it down to the second level. It's a long cave, but you can stealth it if you're smart. Finally, you find the man, the myth, the legend, Smiley. It's time to get him out of here. Holy shit, you could be a huge scumbag in this game. Anyways, you yeet out of there and get Smiley back to his goon. For rescuing him, he teaches you how to skin geckos and sell their hides for cash. Anyways, I heard Vault City was pretty bussin', so let's head over there. On the way, you get a message from the Elder.
Chosen.
It's essentially the same shit as Fallout 1. You need to hurry your ass up or we're all fucked. I will say it does feel a little bit more urgent in this game though. Fallout 1 was just a text in a video saying, we need water, we need water! In this case, this poor dude along with the others are literally dying and begging for your help. Jesus dude, I'm working on it. So we keep on trucking to Vault City. So we keep moving to Vault City! God motherfucking oh, it's just merchants. This game has quite a few interesting encounters. There are a lot of groups fighting other groups. On my way to Vault City, I noticed something right in my path. Here we have a place called Modoc. Heading into this little building is a shop owner named Joe. Apparently there's a big drought in town, so his store's closed. That's kind of the common theme for this place. A dried up town on its last legs. Wait, so you're not selling goods? Well, that's alright. I think I can, serve myself. Alright, so elsewhere we got this creepy-ass church. Then there's this woman chilling in this bar. Johnny. Over here we have Gersham's place. Just a regular ass house. Dude selling some jerky or something. Money, you say? So Gersham gives you a simple job. Kill the wolves, protect his Brahmin. Alright, bet. That's it. Alright, who wants? Whoa, 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 holy fuck! Bruh, I didn't think it would work like this. No rounds, no warning, they just dump like 10 wolves on the map and boom. Anyways, I try my best and almost die myself. In the end, I managed to save 6 of the 10 cows, I mean Brahmin. I guess it's better than all of them dying, right? Wait, they all fucking died? Literally how? I killed all of the wolves. So I guess you need to kill every single wolf on screen. If you let any of them flee, they just come back when you leave. That's nice. So, on a second try, I could only save 5. Even still, Gersham charges me $100 per dead Brahmin, something he literally never mentioned at any point before the job. He even hired someone to just watch me. Someone that, you know, could have been helping! You know what? Fine. Don't pay up. I'll just, hang out for a minute behind you.
I'll steal it!
Well, I made a big fucky-uppy here. I saved the game instead of loading when my pickpocketing failed. I guess Gersham and I have beef for the rest of the game. Fuck you. So there's one other part of Modoc that's a lot more interesting. The ghost farm. When you first get to Modoc, Joe tells you about a ghost farm to the north. Story is, a dude named Carl went missing there and never came back. People were sent to search for him, and they found, well, a horror show. Impaled bodies, guts scattered everywhere, no bueno. When you go up there yourself, oh, it's bad. Jesus fuck, there's more dead dudes here than Gettysburg. You move up a bit and find a little shack. There's a chest, and it's a trap. Now here's the big twist. The farm is actually run by a bunch of pre-war survivors called the Slags. The sun hurts their eyes, so they reside underground. These bodies on spikes, all fake. They are full of guts, but they're Brahmin guts. These guys just don't want visitors. And Carl, he's not even here. He's actually in the den. So you create an alliance between the Slags and Modoc, and bada bing, bada boo, the world is saved. Now we can head to Vault City, baby. Vault City, huh? More like Vault Shitty. Okay. Vault City is quite a place. It's not really a city at all. In fact, it's more like a prison. And I don't just mean it looks like a prison, it's run like a prison. You'll see what I mean. You find a welcome center and learn that we're not actually in the city yet. This is just the courtyard. You start hearing about a person who runs the city, only referred to as the first citizen. I should probably go find them. Maybe they can help me with this quest. So this is the real Vault City. Good luck getting in though. Without citizenship, your only option is to buy a day pass. What is this, a fucking Six Flags? Even if you play the whole, my people are literally dying and need help card, the dude at customs is dead ass just like, sorry bro, you don't look important enough. Wow. Also, while I'm doing some trading here, this is probably a good time for me to make a PSA. The Cause shotgun is an absolutely S-tier beast of a weapon. This thing absolutely demolishes dudes. A true Giga Chad weapon. You also might be wondering, does that say H&K? Like the German gun company?
Nice.
Yep. Another weird relic of the OG Fallouts is that they include a bunch of real-life weapons. Some of them don't even really fit the theme in my opinion. It's kinda surreal. I mean, there's a fucking P90 in the game. You can't make this shit up. Oh yeah, so getting into the city. There's a dude in the other room named Skeeve. He lets you in on a little secret. There is another way to get into the city. Forged papers, baby. And lucky you, he's got them. For half the price of a day pass. Now that's what I'm talking about. Side note, there's also another really easy way to get past the gates. Just put on your vault suit and they'll let you through. Yep, it's that easy. I have no idea why I didn't think of this. I mean, it's called Vault City. Anyways, now that we're in Vault City, let's go find that first citizen. Okay, so I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. The people running Vault City are huge assholes. They're xenophobic, entitled pricks. Let me give you a little brief history. It all started when Vault 8's inhabitants left the vault and used their Gecko to start a civilization. The kicker is that they viewed this as some sort of sacred quest that they were chosen to do, and anyone that did not come from a vault are just peasants that are not allowed to prosper. This is why they don't allow outsiders, or really anyone outside of their circle to thrive here. On top of that, they also believe in slavery. Oh, no. Did you commit a minor crime? Maybe piss off a real citizen? Well, we're gonna kidnap you, bring you to the city, and make you do hard labor. What's funny is how offended the citizens get when you refer to this as slavery. Even the local bar is pretentious as fuck. Oh god, they only serve White Claw here. Okay, so let's get to the first citizen already. This is Lynette. Being the leader of Vault City, she's exactly as much of an asshole as you can imagine.
Where did one such as you hear of a Garden of Eden creation kit?
To her, you are a worthless outsider, all the way up until you prove you got Vault Dweller blood.
The first Vault Dweller?
Then all of a sudden, she's all open arms. Oh, this fuckery isn't over yet. Turns out there is info about Vault 13 in their computers. You want to see him, don't you? Too bad, gotta be a citizen. How do you become a citizen? A written test. But of course, it's not that simple. This is rocket science. When I say that, I don't mean like, this is cool science shit, man. I mean that it's fucking impossible. I don't know how high your intelligence or other stats need to be to pass this test, but I was never at any point in the game able to pass it. It's almost like, wait for it, it's designed to be impossible. yeah, I forgot to mention this guy. There's this weird dude walking around the streets named Moore. He talks like he's in an AA meeting or something. I don't even know what he's trying to say, man. If you poke at him enough, he eventually asks you to do him a favor. Deliver a briefcase to a man named Mr. Bishop in a place called New Reno. We'll get there, don't you worry. Speaking of new places, just above Vault City is a little town called Gecko. So Gecko is a little rundown ghoul town where— Yo, is that Harold? My man, you haven't aged a day. He's also just as cool to talk to as he is in the first game. And man, does he have some things to tell you. So here's the scoop. Gecko has this giant-ass reactor. Pretty scary. Anywho, the reactor is what Gecko uses for power. Problem is, it's close to breaking. They need your help to fix it. And the part you need is in Vault City. Oh yeah, I also picked up my first companion here. His name is Lenny. He's Harold's assistant and a ghoul doctor. As you might have guessed, he's great at healing, but not fighting. So First Citizen here, Lindell, will not give you the part, even though it will help the city in the long term. They simply don't want to help the ghouls. Why don't you take a guess why? Well, looks like we're gonna have to find another way. More on that later. Remember that place Moore mentioned, New Reno? Let's check it out. New Reno. Basically New Vegas minus the dictator and cool robots. This place has a lot of, characters to say the least. Also, Fallout 2 is the first game to feature a wonderful drug called Hypo. What, you thought I was gonna say Jet? Okay, fine. Fallout 2 has Jet. We all know and love it, but can we please bring back Hypo? This shit's amazing. So it's no secret that New Reno has a jet problem. You can't really go anywhere and not see it. It's almost like there's something going on behind the scenes here. One of the first places that caught my eye was this casino. Despiado. This place is headed by a crime family known as the Mordinos. I didn't really fuck with these guys a whole lot, but one fun fact about him is that the boss and his son are both named Jesus. Nice. Okay, so there is a lot to do here, but not a lot to do with the Gek. I had the urge to keep exploring, so we'll come back. Further westward is a town called Redding. Honestly, this place isn't any more exciting than Modoc. However, it is a mining town, and the interesting part lies below ground. Apparently, there's an excavator chip that several people want their hands on. The only place I assumed was the way to the mine was somewhere around here. All we gotta do is kill these motherfucking pig rats. It's not like they're tough or do a lot of damage, it's just that they always get in the way and force you to fight them. This is a common theme with weaker enemies in the game. They might not kill you, but oh will they take up your time. So you finally make it underground and find aliens? Why are...
Those aren't aliens.
What? Why are you in my room?
They're Wanamingos.
What the fuck is a Wanamingo?
Check the wiki.
Wanamingo. Do you have any more fun facts for me?
Did you know a woodpecker's tongue wraps around its entire skull?
You know what? I think I'm good. Why don't you stop by later? I'm making a video right now.
I bet.
So these creatures are beefy as fuck. I think I'll come back to this later. Heading south, we run into a little place called Broken Hills. On the surface, this place seems pretty boring. Then you walk down the street and see... a mutant? Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What do you want, human?
Marcus! You son of a bitch. So this dude is the sheriff of Broken Hills. He would also go on to form a whole new place called Jacobstown years later. Dude's a Giga Chad. Something I should probably mention is that most super mutants you see in this game, particularly Marcus, were once a part of the Master's army. You know, this thing from the first game? Now we're cool though, for the most part. Anywho, he talks about some things going on in the area that could use some fixing. The big one being a group of humans who have gone missing. Yeah, it's not a coincidence they're only humans. Do enough exploring around and eventually you come across this manhole. Fuck up a bunch of giant ants and you see, well... yeah, those are dead people, alright. Jesus Christ. One of those dead bodies has a note that name drops 2 mutants. How convenient. The main culprit here, though, is Francis. You can just kill him here, but if you mention the note, he kinda just shrugs and is like, yeah, I did it. Alright, bye. After that, you fix some shit up in the mine, and then, finally, you can get Marcus as your companion. This is it, lads. I'm putting together a team. Okay, let's get back to New Reno. On my way, I learned something very important about companions in this game. They will stop at nothing to fight. I mean, I consider myself more of a runner, but these dudes just won't stop fighting. Stop! So New Reno Part 2. Down the street, there's this dude named Renesco. He's I guess. He's got some good droogs, so there's that. Across the street is Eldridge's place. He's got some sweet guns, and he can upgrade weapons? Oh, shit. He's also got pre-war tech? Don't know what that's used for, but it's 3,000 smackaroos? Fuck that! Also, this is the first time I experienced this fun bug. Some areas of the game, especially after loading a save, will just look like this. The only way I found to fix it is to just reload the save. I love this picture here. It's a feature, not a bug. There's also another casino, the Sark Cub. Here you can find Mr. Bishop, the leader of the Bishop clan. Remember Moore from Vault City? This is the guy you deliver that briefcase to. You also learn that Moore is a spy working for the New California Republic. Yeah, those guys. They're in this game. I figured now would probably be a good time to go back and check the previous places I've been to. Backtracking is key in this game. Klamath, what the fuck? So this is the first of many special encounters in the game. They're basically wacky events that happen at random when traveling. Here we have, yeah, fellas, I don't know how well this one aged. Anywho, now that we're in the den, I decided to finally free Vic. Wait, he's a companion? Oh, shit.
The amount of companions you can have is based on your charisma. Sadly, right now I can only have 2 guys following me.
Oh yeah, you want to know what's in that church, huh? After talking to this dude again and again, I managed to make him think I might work for Metzger. He's so done with life, he just lets you walk in. So what's inside? A bunch of useless chemicals. No, this isn't a bit. The game literally says you see crates filled with various chemicals that are of no use to you. Anywho, I relay this to Laura, get some money, and it's back to Vault City. With this encounter, this would be a nice time to talk about an enemy that I absolutely, positively hate with every bone in my body. Wolves. Fucking wolves. Here's the thing. Wolves don't do a lot of damage, so naturally, I usually just yeet out of there and avoid wasting ammo. Problem is, these fuckers do this shit. Now you have to fight them and wait for each individual wolf to finish their turn. You'd think they'd start learning after attacking the dude with weapons like this. Here, I also got the next vision from the Elder. We gotta find that Gecko. Finally, we're back at Vault City, and Moore is invisible. He also gets pissed if you mention his NCR thing. Speaking of NCR, I think it's about time we go find him. Far to the south of Vault City is the New California Republic. Yeah, these guys were around way before New Vegas, baby. The first thing you come across are some little shops. When this guy is open, you'll find one of the best damn gun shops in the game. He's got the goods. Also, there's, a prison here? That's kind of weird. Oh, okay, so this actually isn't the NCR. That would be inside here. This place is pretty bussin'. I will say it definitely has more variety than Vault Shitty. The locals also talk like they're actual normal people. Then you find the NCR Rangers. Yeah, those guys. Bet you didn't know they started here. Minus the badass uniforms, but whatever. So if you want to join the ranks, they give you a little quest. You gotta free the slaves in the slave pen? Oh, fuck, that's not a prison? So, in case you haven't figured it out, there are quite a few straight up evil dudes in this game. Unfortunately, these guys at the NCR are packing a lot of heat, so we'll have to get back to them later. Let's talk about the government buildings. After arguing with this entitled prick for a minute, you can speak with the one, the only, President Tandy. Yep, that little girl from the first game has grown up to become fucking president of the NCR. On top of that, she actually remembers the Vault Dweller. You know, your grandfather? So Tandy is a woman who doesn't mess around. She gives you a job and a flat rate. Take it or leave it. Here's the scoop. There are squatters at Vault 15. That's right, there's another vault. Some raiders have taken over the place. Negotiations haven't worked, so now they want the gloves to come off. Yeah, I dig it, I dig it. Before we get to Vault 15 though, let's talk about what lies to the west. Oh no. Oh no. It turns out Fallout 1 takes place in Southern California, while 2 takes place in Northern. So there are a few overlapping locations. And of course, this is one of them. Though you can somehow still enter. I mean, bruh, it was literally blown to smithereens. Wow, this is so weird. It really does feel like I'm back in the first game. Also, what the fuck is this? These aren't Brotherhood. Oh boy, this is the Enclave, isn't it? Unfortunately, you can't take their sweet armor, which is kinda horseshit, but they do have some
holodiscs and radios.
I don't really know what to do with these though. Bruh, there are still mutants living in here? Fuck, the elevator's busted. I don't really know what else to do here. Guess we'll have to come back. Oh boy, these guys. Remember the hooded creeps from the first game? Well, take away the cool super mutant thing, and replace their leader with a dude who probably sells NFTs. Those are the hubologists. Anyway, so more westward is San Francisco. Holy shit. This place is huge. Like, probably the biggest area on the map. That's because there are several factions kind of mushed together here. First, we got the Shi clan, a Chinese society living under feudalism. They even got martial artists in a Fallout game. That's sick. Also, there's another one of those little Brotherhood centers here. Anywho, we finally get a new part of the story. Turns out, the Enclave have a base not too far from here. They also have vertibirds. Yeah, those things. And the Brotherhood does not. They want cool flying machines too. So you gotta get the plans for them. Doing so will apparently allow you access to these facilities. Anywho, down the street you find the Shi Temple and talk to an assistant to the Emperor. Turns out they also want those vertibird plans. Let's check out the rest of the city. A big ass ship. Inside we got a bunch of sailor dudes just vibing. Going upstairs we find the captain. He doesn't really want to talk until you do something to help his crew. I'm guessing that can mean one of several things. Well, there is this guy back on the first floor named Chip, who's missing his spleen. He somehow lost it gambling. Bruh, how much money did you lose to get to the point of betting your fucking spleen? Anyway, this seems like it fits the bill as a good deed, so we'll have to find this dude his spleen. Oh, wait, there's a basement here. Maybe there's some— Nope. Anywho, the only other group we have in San Fran is— the hubologists. Okay, so over here you find a big-ass spaceship with some goons. Don't worry, doesn't work. They're not that smart. Talk to AHS-7? Bro, what the fuck did you just say to me? So moving on down to this bunker thing is where the real magic happens. Here's the thing. Hubology is really just Scientology. Don't believe me? They have goofy-ah ranks like AHS-7 and their leader AHS-9. They also hire celebrities to sell the hubology beliefs. Back in the center of town, you find out that Chip's spleen ended up being sold to a scientist in the Shi Temple. You track this dude down, and he refuses to give it up. Actually, that's not true. The correct way to beat this quest is to convince him to have liver instead of spleen. Literally the only other dialogue option. Back to the game. You can try pickpocketing him, and there ain't no spleen. Well, nothing I can do here. You know what? Let's go find this Camp Navarro. I want to give the Enclave a piece of my mind. Get ready, Enclave, because here— Alrighty, let's go find the vaults. So at this point, you are aware of two vaults, 13 and 15. I guess technically Vault 8 as well, but I ain't getting in there anytime soon. So right off the bat, the locals here aren't too friendly to outsiders. Their leader is a guy named Darian. And long story short, he's not a good guy. He's been lying to the squatters out here, claiming his crew inside the vault are in the process of fixing it. He makes these wild, sus claims about the vault, and it's just so obvious he's lying. It's not being repaired or prepared for the villagers. Darian's crew are just using it for themselves. So the real leader of these squatters is a much nicer guy named Zeke. He'll consider joining the NCR if you can get these raider bastards out of here. Oh, say no more, friend. The guards up front are pretty weak sauce, so I piled right through them. And this place has a doctor? Apparently he just chills here and patches people up for free. I mean, damn, alright, don't mind if I do. The second floor is flooded with goons. Maybe another time. The third floor is where it gets interesting. Here we have the man himself, Darien. And he's packing, so this is where the cavalry went. I also love his intro speech. It's basically, I don't give a fuck what you have to say, let's just get this over with. Fighting Darien. This battle is hard. Not only does this dude have a fucking flamethrower, he's got armed guards packing assault rifles. So I would say the ideal way to beat this fight is to go for Darien first. I mean, he kind of is the dude with the flamethrower. Then you can pick out his guards and fuck him up. After waiting for the drugs to wear off and getting a little bit smarter, I found a computer on this floor that gives us the location of Vault 13. It's, like 5 feet to the west. So, Vault 13. Wow, this is really weird. It looks exactly like it did in the first game. It's also still this clean? Also, whoa! Wait, these Deathclaws are intelligent? They can talk? What the fuck? This guy here is Gruthar, the leader, though he doesn't want to talk about why he's intelligent. My guy, it is not every day that you see a talking Deathclaw! Okay, so Gruthar agrees to let you enter on one condition. You fix the Vault's central computer. So apparently they also have one of those medics here. Is there like a secret doctor's faction I'm not aware of or something? Okay, let's check out the second floor. Here's where they keep prisoners. I guess they're intelligent enough to do that. Over here we have a guy who hates Deathclaws. Absolutely despises these creatures. I wonder why he's locked up. Okay, on the third floor we have this creepy dude in the computer room named Goris. I don't even know what he really is. A robed Deathclaw, I guess? Yeah, anywho, they explain why the Deathclaws are here. The Enclave, because of course. Turns out, they gave them their intelligence, trying to make super soldiers. Then the Deathclaws escaped and made their way to the vault. And here we are. I wonder what they got in this old locker room. Yo! That's what I'm talking about, baby! There's also this weird device. Probably means nothing, right? Okay, in the other room we got the master computer. And as Gruthar said, it's busted. Actually, it appears like someone recently sabotaged it. If you want to repair it, you're going to need a certain part. You know, speaking of elsewhere, I wonder what's going on back in Arroyo.
Chosen. Dark souls came. They took everyone.
This isn't a game over, by the way. It's actually supposed to happen. Someone kidnapped the whole village. Who's responsible? Hakkinen here overheard them mention a place called Navarro. You know what that means. Okay, from here, I think I should discuss the other most annoying enemy in this game. Geckos. And this is for two simple reasons. They have insane range, and they breathe fire. And the thing about fire in this game is that on top of already causing a fuck ton of damage, critical hits are pretty much game over. You know, I think it's time we pay these old slavers a visit. And by pay, I mean shoot them. Now that I've fought Darien, these guys aren't as hard. Then you, how the fuck do I free these guys? You won't believe what the solution is. Remember our good old friend, the repair skill from the first game? You go to the doors and repair them. After that, everyone yeets the fuck out of there. Hope they got a good way home. And what do you get from the Rangers for doing this? A cool badge and a map. Damn, I'm getting better and better at this shooting business. Maybe now I have a shot at Navarro. Bro, what do these guys have? Jesus Christ! Remember that pricey pre-war tech Eldridge had earlier? Turns out, it's the part you need for Vault 13's computer. Sweet. Let's get this thing running. I'm sure it's just a fluke. None of my recent saves would allow me to enter it without the game crashing. I tried everything. I followed all of the online tutorials, reinstalled my game, turned off Steam Cloud Save, modified my save file with the special software. I even tried running the game on 3 different machines. Nothing. Nothing worked. I was not about to go back. My last save was so far behind, I would lose all of my motivation if I had to start there. That was just not on the table. So... we have to move on. Okay, so at this point in the game, I was pretty stuck. I wasn't really sure what I was supposed to do and where I was supposed to go. I mean, I knew that Navarro was the final destination, but there was no way I was getting into there right now. So I did the only thing I knew I could do. More backtracking, baby. Let's talk about raiders. Something I didn't mention about Vault City is that they have a raider problem. I mean, good on them, because Vault City sucks ass, but that's not the point. Where are these guys located? Right here. I skipped over this area for a while, but I guess it's time to take a look. Ooh, they got a sweet cave base. So, once you get to the other side, you see a lot of fucking dudes. Holy shit. This is more than a little hideout, man.
Get ready with that flamethrower.
Bro, how the fuck do you miss at point blank range with a fucking flamethrower? Somehow, through sheer luck and a hint of determination, I fucked up the army down here. So what's the loot? Just a bunch of handguns, an assault rifle, and, well, this weird-ass safe. A nose on the front? Am I on Oh, fuck, I am on drugs. Oh, that's better. So after cracking the safe, you find an account book. Turns out that Bishop guy from New Reno has been hiring these guys to harass Vault City. I guess we can go back to Vault City and see what they say. Sergeant Stark here is pretty happy you cleared the raiders. He wants you to tell the first citizen. And of course, she's mildly impressed.
Excellent. You have performed a valuable service for Vault City. Please accept this as a token of our appreciation.
She does give you, something. I don't know what the fuck she gave me. I don't see anything in my inventory. Bruh, just give me a fucking citizenship! I decided to take another gander at the military base. I really want to use this elevator. This is where I realized it's powered by a generator, sitting right over here. It's really hard to repair, but thankfully, I know just the guy for the job. Vic. First I thought he was a completely useless companion. Turns out he's really good at repairing shit. Bring him here and we got the power, baby! I really don't get this. We blew this building up in the first game. Not like a little poof, like fire shooting from the windows Michael Bay shit. And yet, there are still fucking mutants in the building! Are these guys laying pipe, bro? What the fuck? Okay, anyways, can I loot anything on this floor or am I shit out of luck? Remember how tight the security was in the first game? It's the same shit. It's like nothing changed, even though, you know... Alright, what do we got in the third floor? Well, I mean, I don't know what I expected. More mutants. Nope, fuck that. Okay, I got some more meds. Maybe I can get through this third floor. Much like Fallout 1, these guys are beefy as fuck. Poor Marcus didn't even stand a chance. There is another elevator. I need to see what's down there, I just have to. Who is that? What is this place? It was here that I realized this guy can summon death claws. Like, infinitely. Sounds fun, don't it? Yep. In case you were wondering, I didn't stand a chance. I just want to do something, man! Fuck! At this point, I'm gonna skip forward a bit, as I think you can start to understand my frustration. I really hit a rock wall here, and it took me a while to get past it. Okay, let's buy some stuff and give Navarro another attempt. I've got a bulletproof plan this time. I'll get real close, then create a save. From here, I can just keep trying to get in. After getting my save spot set up, I swear the game was messing with me. Every time I tried to get closer, I would be hit with a zillion random encounters. Not even Enclave, just random shit. Reloading saves was not changing anything. I was so pissed, I just decided to go back to the military base. So my strat here is to just spam jet and get to the elevator before they can even fight me. Now for this scumbag in his lair. Okay, it's over. And he has a PPK-12 Gauss pistol? This thing absolutely shreds dudes. With this baby, I think I finally got what it takes for Navarro. You will not believe this. 0 encounters. I don't know if Lady Luck was on my side or something, but this time I walked right up to the place and got in. Okay, finally, Camp Navarro. At first sight, this place looks much different than you might have expected. The only person here is this robed dude, and he really wants you to leave. That's kinda sus. He doesn't keep this act up for long though.
Bye-bye.
What's behind him? A little trap door. Getting inside, you get to see the real deal. Definitely looks like the future. Damn though, this place cannot be easy to navigate. I was starting to think this might not be the official entrance, so I checked north. So this is the real entrance. And guards are everywhere. It's also where you meet Sergeant Arch Dornan. You may recognize him from some memes. Also, holy shit, these guys are armed to the teeth. Okay, let's get back underground. The elevators here all lead to different buildings up top, but right now we gotta focus on these guys. Since most of them aren't in power armor, taking them out is a piece of cake. Now what do we got for loot? Enclave power armor. Now we are talking. A little ways down the hall is a guard. He shoots you a few times, then retreats into this room like a coward. And now it's locked. In this room we have generic evil scientist 3. Now that he's dead, we've got this robot dog over here. Apparently that scientist was his master. I guess I'll have to take over. Sweet. A robot dog sounds badass to me. It just needs a certain part before it can function. The second elevator here leads to yet another building with way too many guys to fight. Well, I guess we'll start with this one. After clearing out this room, all that was left was a bunch of dead dudes. Not really anything significant. Okay, so this door over here. How do you get it open? A blue passkey. This can be found all the way back at Gecko. Talk about a fetch quest. Anywho, after getting it open, it's time for some payback. At this point, I'd slaughtered half of Navarro. I needed to take a break and get some supplies. And in these ventures, I finally figured out how to get everything situated at Vault City. This guy right here, McClure, the only rational one in this entire city. Without a second thought, he happily gives you the part you need to fix Gecko's power plant. Okay, so I bring the part over to Gecko, install it, and finally figured out what these weird commands are. Nothing. They mean nothing. This whole thing is a memory puzzle. You just gotta get the order right. After you fix the power plant and return to Vault City, McClure gives you your goddamn citizenship papers. That's what I'm talking about. Finally, we can see what's in Vault 8. On the first floor, you have yet another doctor. Is this like the same dude just running back and forth? On floor 2, we have... Oh. Wow. The whole series of events that helped start this entire goddamn universe was caused by a shipping error. Then on floor 3, I checked the computer and found out something I already knew. Where Vault 15 is. Nice. I have a feeling I might have done this part out of order. Okay, let's finish what we started at Navarro. So the part for K9, or Robodog, can be found in this big-ass hangar, which thankfully is clear of Enclave. After fighting tooth and nail, I also found where the vertibird plans are. Shoved in a locker, over in this building. Anywho, let's bring these plans back to San Fran. If you're wondering, I decided to hand the plans to the Brotherhood. Why? I just had a gut feeling it might be more beneficial. And I guess I made a lucky choice, because they give you a copy. Sweet, I guess I can just make both sides happy. Oh yeah, remember those dinky-looking metal offices? They actually go underground and have... Damn. Okay. After leaving San Fran for 5 minutes, I came back to find that the guy at the front was missing. Where'd he go? This is where I discovered the surveillance recording. Not only are the Enclave still kicking, they've got this big-ass monster dude who just punches a fucking hole through Matt. Okay. Well, I guess I could also give the plans to the Shi and finally talk to their Emperor. So, apparently the plans weren't enough and I still gotta do another favor for them. Remember the Hubologists? Yeah, it's killing time. Getting to their leader is surprisingly easy. I mean, you can literally just walk right up to him. All he does is stroke his ego for a few minutes. He's also stupid easy to kill. The only tedious part is getting out because there are way too many guards down here. I really do have to blast my way through. The funny part is everyone in town is really happy the Hubologists are dead. Okay, now can I talk to the Emperor? So here's a twist for you. The Emperor is actually a computer. It's this big thing right here. It also doesn't have much useful information. It does have the ability to give fuel to the oil tanker, though. Huh. Well, while I'm here, I guess I can try and fix the rest of that big ship. I don't think it's gonna sail again, but maybe there's something in it for me. Alright, we have fuel. Now I just need a special chip for the navigation system. Unfortunately, there's only one place I can think of that I haven't checked. That's right, we gotta go down there. This part is really annoying. I mean, the mutants down here aren't necessarily hard hitters, they're just super tanky. It takes a lot to kill them, and there's so many! Ah! Oh, so that's what this weird fob thing is for. Okay, we fix the navigation computer or something and head back to the captain's quarters. Huh, let's see what this command does. Holy shit. I'll be damned. So, remember Camp Navarro? Yeah, that was just a little hub spot. This is the Enclave's real base, and there is no turning back now. So this place has a layout that is confusing as fuck. You thought the Brotherhood from Fallout 1 had a big base. Oh no, that's a McDonald's play place compared to this. Anyways, the first room here has a computer that requires an ID. Currently, I can't use it. Going east, you find a big-ass stairway. And, well, wow. Hey, wait, are those the people from Arroyo? They're not dead? Unfortunately, the turrets around here don't seem to like my friends very much. I tried the other way, and the same thing happened. In case it's not obvious, this is kind of a stealth mission. Marcus and Cyberdog are gonna have to sit this one out. Okay, let's try this again. A lot of the rooms here are very deceiving, especially storage rooms. Just because there are a bunch of boxes and cool looking shit doesn't mean there's good loot. Also, a lot of people here are really weird. They talk like they're LARPing or something. Corridor clear. My dude, what corridor are you clearing? This is your base. Okay, so let's check this storage room in the back. Holy fucking Christ. I think I found the weapons room alright. Another point of interest is this door in the bottom right. It's interesting because I have no fucking idea how to open it. Let's go back to the entrance and check the other hallway. You find out that the Elder is actually alive and here in the prison. It turns out not only the Arroyo citizens were kidnapped, but see these guys over there? Those are Vault Dwellers. Not just any, Vault 13's dwellers. On a side note, I don't know if this is a glitch or an oversight, but the Elder's background image is still the village from before. Okay, I gotta find a way to free these guys. Over here, we have yet another door with no way to open it. God damn it! All around here are more of those computers like in the entrance. And unfortunately, their interface is the exact same. You need a keycard and authorization to do anything. After stumbling around for a while, I finally found the stairway, which leads to the dumbest room in this entire game. So this room is a trap and a maze. It's a memory puzzle where you have to open the doors in the right order. Oh, I'm not done. Every 10 seconds, the floor shocks you. And yes, it does do damage. Imagine working a job where every time you need to get to a different room, you have to jump through the fucking laser trap from Resident Evil. You also have 2 rooms on each side of this floor. They look like little closet areas or something. Surely they're not that important. Except for the fact that one of them holds the fucking Gecko. Yeah, remember the object this entire game is centered around? It's right here, chilling in some locker. On the other side, you can find an upgraded version of your power armor. And the goddamn Gauss rifle. You know when a game is giving you way too much good shit? Almost like it's leading up to something? Yeah. After finally getting to the stairway, we enter this next big area. To the left here, there's a laboratory with a big-ass bomb. I'm sure that won't blow up in their faces. Here, you also meet Dr. Charles Curling. First off, you can tell him straight to his face who you really are. He just kind of shrugs. Doesn't sound any alarms, he's just like, yeah, that's cool. So get this. The Enclave want to kill everyone but the Enclave. Is it really that surprising? Turns out they found a way to modify the FEV virus from the first game. You know, the thing that turns people into mutants? Now, it's a deadly toxin that only kills humans, mutated or not. The Enclave plan to spread it across the world to kill everyone, except for themselves. Dr. Curling calls it... Wait a minute.
it's going to be released into the atmosphere,
ensuring complete global saturation.
What surprises me is that you can actually change this guy's mind completely. You can convince him that your DNA is living proof of a human adaptation, and he kind of just...
Oh, gee, I never thought of it like that.
Not only does he have a change of heart, but he'll help you sabotage this whole base. First, you need to shut down the reactor to open the cells in the prison. While you're doing this, he plans to pump the FEV toxin through all of the vents in the base. He gives you and all the prisoners antidotes, so only the Enclave will die. Okay, well now that we took care of that, let's go find this reactor. Over here we have the President of the United States. Yep. Damn, this dude looks like a sad Bill Murray. So what does he have to say to you? Basically the same speech that Dr. Curling gives you, but the difference here is he is not changing his mind. You can poke holes in his plan, but it means nothing. Much like Dr. Curling, the President is totally chill with you just continuing on your way. I mean, if you threaten him, he'll call the guards, but he knows who you are and doesn't really care for some reason. Then over here, we have the Vice President. He's kind of boring. Then we have yet another door with no way to open it. But what about this spot? This brings you to the reactor room. Perfect. Just shut down the reactor and we're Gucci, right? Boy, do I wish it was that easy. Whoa! Well, I guess the toxin is in full effect now. Dudes' heads are just exploding. So, remember the what the fuck do I do arc? Well, this is the what the fuck do I do arc, the revenge. I knew my objective here was shut down the reactor and split. Only problem is, I could not for the life of me figure out how to shut it down. I tried every computer in the room, I talked to every person.
Oh dear!
Nada. I started going back to other rooms. This is where I eventually found out these computers need the presidential passkey. After getting the key, the only options you find in the computer are twofold. Shut down the defensive systems, or activate a counterinsurgency mode. I went with the second option out of sheer curiosity. Don't you worry, it will come back later. Back to the generator room, nothing has changed. I still can't figure out how to shut it down. This marks the only time in the entire game where I take the L. Fellas, I looked it up. Normally, you can shut off the generator by talking to this dude right here. However, if you have already released the toxin, this is no longer an option. The only solution now is to blow up the reactor. How, might you ask? Just drop a C4. Yep, literally put a bomb there, wait, and kablooey. There's no visual cue that tells you it worked, except for some text and a fuckload of XP. Oh, and you now have 10 minutes to evacuate. Have fun! Remember those stupid doors that wouldn't open? Well, now they're open. It's the fastest way out, and we're out of here! But whoa, 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 not so fast, buddy. You didn't really think it would be that easy, did you? Remember that humongous dude that punched a fucking hole in someone earlier? Yeah, well, meet Frank Horrigan. Normally, this would be the part where he gives you a speech about giving no fucks. He's just here to kick your ass. However, remember that anti-insurgency thing from earlier? Yeah, it turns out it spawns a shit ton of turrets that absolutely fucking disintegrate this dude before he can even begin talking. Also, this death animation is metal as fuck. You know, this might actually be the only nuke in this world that was warranted. Because honestly, fuck these guys.
I am a dog.
Yes, you are, pal. Yes, you are. Overall, Fallout 2 is a much longer game than the first one. However, it is for a good reason. There's a lot of juicy characters and lore here. I haven't played an RPG that felt this dense. There's a lot to do, and trust me, in this playthrough, I didn't hit half of it. Not to mention, the payoff is big, and, you know, not super depressing like the first game. What is like the first game is this part. You get a long list of people who you did or did not fuck over. Wait a minute.
And eventually, no one was safe from the threat of being enslaved.
Oh, crap.